Hello everyone, and welcome to this week's session of Icewind Dale Rime of the Frostmaiden, presented by Swindler's Den. We're here. We're back. I don't think there's anything interesting to announce other than keeping your eyes on all of our social medias. At Swindler's Den on everything that you can think of other than TikTok, I think. And join our Discord for new announcements on projects, as well as keeping up to date with our live streams. Which, speaking of, on Sundays we have another show called Lost Song of Fandelver. It's the follow-up to the did I say that right? Lost Song, yeah. Lost Mine of Fandelver was it's a follow-up to, and that's at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Sundays. Otherwise, you can join us here on Wednesdays, as you are doing right now, unless you're at the YouTube video. If you want to watch us live, Wednesdays at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. But with that, let's introduce our players for today. We're kind of up in the air as to which one of the characters these guys are playing today, because they're kind of figuring it out as we go. So you can just introduce yourself. You can say the name of both your characters if you'd like. But we'll start with Grizlocke.
Hello, I'm Grizlocke. You can find me on YouTube at Grizlocke. I plan on playing some games in the near future on stream, so tune into that. I play Pabu, the Goliath Bard, and Orlin, the half-orc wizard.
Maybe some favoritism with the Goliath going first. Who knows? Next in line, we have Bumbleskum.
Hey, it's your boy Bumbleskum. You find me on everything as Bumbleskum with the K, except for Twitch. There, I'm Slime Basher. I haven't done it in like a week, but I've been like super on that RPG grind on the old Twitcheroonie, so you can get me there.
That's where you can get him. Next we have Dyto.
So I'm Dyto. I play Night Hunter and the old lady Felicity, and I think they're both gonna try and shoot some things tonight.
We have TommieTaco.
Hey, I'm TommieTaco. I play Zavros, the half-elf ranger, and I play Marok, the Goliath druid. I got it right that time.
Yeah. And last but not least, we have Dr. Phage.
Hello, I'm playing Axel, the Goliath fighter, and then also Sister Liliana, the dragonborn cleric.
And I'm BakaZombie. I'll be your DM tonight. You can find me at ZombieBaka on Twitter. I've made some very terrible quality edits recently that you can find on there. But with that, let's do a recap of what happened last time. In the last session, our group was still split into two parties, mixing and mingling amongst each other. Half of them had gone to a goblin fort in the spine of the world to find the long-lost sibling of Six, our Warforged Druid, I almost said Druic, and the other half went to the caves along the shores of Lackdenishire, I believe. I have the wrong page up on my thing. Yes, Lackdenishire, near East Haven, to the caves where Orlin had once resided with his mentor and some kobold companions, and they were there searching for information on where she could be, or possibly information on this missing floating city that they had learned of recently that they thought his mentor might have been looking for within Icewind Dale. They found a little bit of information, as well as a monster residing within the cave that they had to deal with. And they were also contacted by Avarice, the albino tiefling, another member of the Arcane Brotherhood, telling them that they needed to return to DytoDnD now because the Duergar were ready to begin their plans. Our other group in the Goblin Fort had wanted to look a little bit deeper in the fort to make sure it was safe for them to rest there for a little bit while they figured out what to do with three. What they were calling their new construct companion that was still out of order. And they looked deeper and found this witch that the goblins were speaking of, who turned out to be Veline, Orlin's mentor. They talked with her for a little bit, striking up a deal that if they help her, she'll help them, kind of thing. And then the parties contacted each other through the sending spell, and that's where we are currently. We left off with Orlin telling Sister Liliana to join them at DytoDnD, and Liliana returned with "We found Veline." That's where we're at.
So which party are we on?
You're kind of in the middle of both of them, weirdly. So you're still kind of talking to each other. You don't have to. Do you guys? If Orlin has anything to say with another sending spell, we can take care of that now.
That's why I was wondering. Maybe we should stick with the Orlin group because it makes. I feel like there's more stuff that will happen on the Orlin side, correct?
Okay.
Or am I wrong?
Yeah. Yeah, we can do the Orlin side first.
So, when Orlin gets that message, his face kind of goes stiff, and then he looks kind of about the room and starts pacing slowly and says, "The other group seems has found my mentor."
Is that good thing, bad thing? How you feeling about that, buddy?
She cannot be trusted. But
Okay, good to know.
don't know what their plans are. Okay.
What are they doing with her? Are they just find her, or are they engaged?
Sounds as if they were planning to bring her to the care. Which I would have to think, perhaps, we could use her to put down Avarice once and for all. But Veline will just as easily turn on us. Kind of look at the only person in the group that was there for the deal with Avarice. Zavros.
Yeah, but I wasn't physically there for the deal with Avarice, so I'm not sure what fucking deal was.
I know many of you weren't there, but Avarice plans to bring back a demon known as Levistus. Obviously, something we are not keen on. My judgment says, no, don't work with Veline, but...
But what is it that Veline's wanting?
I don't know.
I mean, it can't be worse than a demon. Or a devil, or whatever the hell they are.
It could be worse than demon.
I have to send a message back.
We could also make use of this opportunity to get more information than what we have found here about the cave. We can ask from the horse's mouth as opposed to her leading.
That is true. Fuck. I'll send back, I'll start casting the sending spell. And Leliana will hear, Veline has done terrible deeds. You cannot trust her much. What is your plan?
Okay. I'm assuming in that intervening time, the goblin people have just been like packing up our stuff and getting ready to go because we seem to be done there. Or are we resting fully at the fort tonight?
Well, this would have been within like 5 minutes, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's still pretty close timing to each other.
Yeah. Liliana would respond, I trust her as much as Avarice. My plan is to have them kill each other. I still have words. We need to rest at least a day. And I think I'm out of words then.
This is as I suspected. Yeah, they plan to... the same thing we just spoke of. Use Veline to defeat Avarice.
Would be a good plan if their goals do not align with ours.
My problem is, Veline and I do not leave on the best of terms. Don't know how she'll react to seeing me.
Don't let her. We're heading there first. They need. Did you relay that they're resting?
Yeah,
Or no?
yeah.
Okay. If they're taking some time, we can just head them off to the Den of All, go to the care, see what they want, and then be on our way by the time our crew gets there. You can always let them know where we're heading afterwards. They can set that in motion.
That was going to be my question, as well as where we want to position ourselves until they arrive.
And if it's a thing of you need to be seen, is there any source of light in this room? 'Cause I'm talking and nobody can see me.
No, there is not.
Alright, she's gonna pull out a torch.
Oh, I've never seen your face before.
And she pulls out, I don't know if it's 3 or 4. 4 arrows. I can set a perimeter around you that'll go off if she tries to get close.
Unfortunately, I don't think wizards really get up and close when they're fighting. Spell slinging seems to be a range job.
Works within 30 feet. He can stay 30 feet back, put him down. Then if she's within 30 feet on either side, which would make her, what, 60 feet away from you? 70 feet? Or is it 75 feet?
65.
It is, but
if the
Valorous
point
is stupid,
yeah.
so. Maths.
I'm not sure I understand.
What have you relayed about the Duergar to the Goliaths? Have you in the intermeeting time explained that situation to us at all?
I mean, we were kind of hanging out.
I know, because
For
we
a
like
couple
met up
days.
during the downtime. We didn't really
Yeah.
say much before the mission, so I don't know if you've
That's a good
expressed
point.
that danger.
I guess if we didn't express the Levistus thing, we didn't, but... No, I mean, we probably mentioned the Durgar. I don't know if we said flat out the Asmodeus thing. Wow, what's up?
I'm just trying to figure out what Shadow Mind would know and what we're
Right.
plans are.
I suppose that you guys, we probably would have filled them in on everything at this point then, right? At least Axel.
Okay.
Because Axel is trusted.
Yeah, Axel probably would have been asking us about what was going on. We would have asked him
Mhm.
what happened with
Okay.
him.
Yeah, so at least broad story beats, we'd know.
Okay.
Yeah, and then Axel probably trickled that information to you guys.
Okay.
Probably like, man, these guys are unlucky. They keep dying.
Well, okay. Did you also so did you let us know? Because I know like I'm assuming sending's all mental.
Mm-hmm.
Or else I don't think Liliana would said half the things she said in these conversations.
Let me check. Sending, you might need to. I know message you have to say out loud. Sending does have verbal components to it,
Oh,
but
shit.
you weren't like right next to Veline, so I assumed you were whispering it, which I almost had to do a stealth through. I'm like, they're far enough away, it's fine. So,
Okay, because I know she's sending to Orlin saying the Duergar are on the move. If that's what she's summoning us to the care for, and we know that, then I think if we're going to the castle because we're talking about going to disrupt the Duergar, perhaps then we can go just to the castle or to the Duergar. Like, so go to the castle, meet up with them. Second, we leave for the Duergar. Second crew comes in and then pits the witches against each other and then joins us.
So you're saying we're tackling the Duergar as they're tackling Avarice? Oh boy.
Let's do it. Let's go fight some.
The Rangers got this. The Rangers
Yeah.
got this.
Now, one ranger has this. The other ranger is gonna die.
Those Duergar were strong. We don't know how many there are.
They also turn invisible, which is pretty crazy.
Not really. Not really. I used one. I put the torch out.
No, these guys can literally walk right up to you in broad daylight and just stab you.
They also, couldn't they shrink and enlarge themselves?
Oh, it was a weird night.
All right.
Can I roll a history to see what Night Hunter knows about Duergar?
sure.
Would that be like history, arcana?
History.
Just because I don't know what she would know. Oh, actually pretty okay.
Yeah.
I think-
They come from the Underdark. They have the ability to shrink or grow. They can turn invisible. They tend to have a madness about them that comes with living in the Underdark. So they're a little unhinged. But again, you haven't seen a ton of them up on the surface level, so you've mostly heard about them.
I kind of have to agree with Shadowmind. We go after these Duergar, thwart their plans of keeping the endless Rime endless and whatever else their nefarious plans are.
Alright, at the very least, our next step is Cad-Dinaval then.
Yes.
Oh, we'll have to convene with the other group when we get there. I should probably keep my distance.
We can cross that bridge when we come to it. Whatever happens, we will have your back.
I put a hand on Axel's shoulder. I know. And start getting my stuff and getting ready to go.
Could we take a night?
Yeah, well, it's a long walk there, So we're probably gonna like crash in East Haven for tonight, and then get an early start tomorrow because we'd leave now. We'd get there at like 11 p.m. No one likes to travel that late. We're all tired, so we sleep, and then we leave first thing in the morning.
I just woke up.
Not all of us took a nap. Some of us are still doing things.
All right, fine. We should sleep here though. Isn't it warm in this cave?
Yeah, fairly.
Oh, I didn't
Wherever.
like that. Yeah. You had, like,
I mean, I only said that because
slight smirk.
I'm at 19. I'm at 19 hit points, so.
Like the vapor still freeze, but generally it's a little bit warmer than it would be outside. Or anywhere else.
Just take a nap next to the lake, closest to the source of warmth.
This Dead Sea toast on the side of it.
Yeah. Gut them open and use them like a floating bed.
So this group beds down to take their long rest, which level up as you guys rest, but also we're flipping over to the Goblin Fort to see what they're gonna do.
No.
Because they weren't privy to these plans that this group just made.
Vaguely.
Vaguely. They don't know the delayed interaction with Caradinable.
Well, I believe we have come to an agreement then, Veline. I don't know, do we wish to camp? And Sister Liliana turns to the rest of her party, turns to them. Do we want to rest here for the night, where it's a bit more sheltered, instead of making camp out in the wilderness? Because we're like several hours away from civilization, right?
I had assumed this is where we were going to.
I think this would be a good idea. And she really lays it on heavy with the old rickety lady heavily on her cane.
Well, if we are to be working together, you could stay in my hut with me if you'd like.
Do you have a nice bed of feathers?
Yes.
That is a very gracious offer.
I'm sure you'll find it very comfortable in there.
I must make one more thing clear. Do you hold zero interest in my origin or my connection to all this? I ask because they found me in the tower that was the Netherese tower. And Avarice seemed very intrigued by me and had been hunting us down.
That is very interesting. But I think you're more useful in helping me get to where I need to be, rather than me looking into you further, if that makes sense.
It does. All right.
You can bring your contraption with you if you'd like. As she gestures to the inanimate Warforged, or you can leave it here.
Oh.
It's move it.
It's big, so that's why I was gonna let it hang there.
Yeah, you can just hang there. All right, she will then turn to walk away. Whether you follow her or not is up to you. She'll just continue to walk, and the kobolds skitter after her. One of them is holding a staff that has a lantern hanging from it that walks in front of her so she can see where she's going. And leads you back to this circular space of tents. You can see there is a mountain goat tied up out in front of all of the tents. And nobody seems to come out of the tents at all, but she leads you to the furthest back one, and moves aside the cloth where there's also dried up hands and human parts hanging from it, and enters inside. And for those of you that follow her, you see that the inside is much larger than it appears to be outside, and there's rugs and tables and all of these amenities that shouldn't be in a tent, but by magical means are here. You can find places to lay. If you need anything, let me know.
Before heading to the tents, as Veline, is that her name?
Veline.
I want to use my cane to kind of like stop Sister Liliana, like in her midsection. These old bones aren't quite what they used to be. Maybe a strong one to help. These rickety bones.
Of course, grandmother. I'm happy to help you.
As she gets a little farther away, I'll snap my fingers, so my crossbow will eventually come back. It's very slow. And she'll have her cane in one hand and loop her arm in Sister Liliana's. What is our plan exactly?
Oh,
I
clicked something by mistake.
Ruh-roh.
How did that happen?
I hope that these two are more willing to fight each other than to fight us, at least on Avarice's part. We're not exactly high on her list of good people, but perhaps Veline will draw some of that ire.
Very well. Maybe on a bed of fresh feathers I can see a little clearly tonight, but I don't think Avarice will be happy to see me. Not after she's been haunting my visions these last... How long has it been? Has it been a couple of days?
It's been more than that because you had the downtime of like 10 days.
Right,
Well,
these
so
last
a little
few
over a week.
weeks.
Well, her and I don't exactly see eye to eye either, so you'll be in good company. And perhaps she'll take Veline as a peace offering.
That is a very good idea. I like this plan.
My preference is neither of them leave the encounter alive, but if we can eliminate one of them, that's one less problem to deal with.
Quite a good head on your shoulders there, dear.
It took a lot of death to learn these lessons.
The way is not always easy or paved in gold.
Yeah, you could say that.
Has Veline... Where's Veline in all this?
So she's kind of walking around the rooms going to look at things, and if you need anything from her, you can talk to her, but...
Oh, yeah. So he... Six at some point would approach Veline. I'm still very curious as to what you said, what you were suggesting Orlin did to betray you. We are about to go meet with them, and I think it's very vital to know the situation we're in.
Let's just say that I saved his life at one point, and in return he went against me and my plans to show how good of a wizard I am.
Did he disrupt your magic, or...?
You could say that.
I want to do an insight, obviously.
All right.
19.
Not bad. Yeah, she's definitely skirting around something. that she knows wasn't good. It was an evil act to do. But she doesn't want to admit to that.
Okay.
Whether it was because she did it intentionally or out of other reasons. But yeah, she's definitely hiding that she did something evil.
Okay. What did you save him from?
He was weak from birth. I found him, and I fixed him.
Yes, he seems to have grown to be quite a capable wizard on his own right. I imagine that means you are the one who laid that groundwork?
Yes, no magical means when I found him.
Do you think the past that one has should be binding of their futures as well?
I don't think it's binding, but I do think it's imperative to what drives us to what we do.
Interesting. All right, well, thank you. I must meditate on many things throughout the night.
You are a very interesting being.
With that, Six would find a spot he could to, cross-legged, sit down.
Yeah.
Go, not inert, but basically in his meditative awake state.
There's a nice
Sleep
spot
mode.
next to a hearth that you can sit down and go into
You can stare deep into the
your
fire.
stasis. Does anybody else have anything they want to do while inside of this magical mansion?
Can I just do a wander around to see what's all inside of here? Just like I'm inspecting the place, oh, what you got in here? And just poking my nose into as many doors as are unlocked.
You won't find that many of the doors are unlocked if there are doors at all, because the doors are usually there if she needs a room for them, or something. There are lots of tomes and books. Do an investigation.
I'm not great at this. 14?
Yeah, you a lot of tomes and books of magical nature. There aren't really titles on the spines like there would be in a modern library when you're looking for stories. So you'd have to be cracking them open and reading them to figure out what they are. But again, a lot of different body parts of different, some humanoid, some of creature base, things you would find in a wizard's area.
Yeah, in a necromancer's lab.
Yeah.
Hold on, y'all. We gotta take a quick pause.
All right.
Is the screen? Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's running fine for me.
On my end today, there's something weird going on my end with the internet, because for me, it's showing the stream is completely black, so I thought people weren't seeing anything.
Yeah. No, it's...
But I guess it's just my end. Okay, we're good. Sorry.
All right. Yeah. So it looks like a necromancer's lair, but it is it's very well decorated, I should say. It's not like it's creepy and stuff, but there's doilies out on any kind of tables and runners for the mantle on top of the hearth, and they're these large chairs to sit in. So it's very well to do, but also there's a bird skeleton and
Mm-hmm. Since I know 6 is already in his little trance.
You also know I'm fully alert in those moments. I'm I usually would keep guard if that was the case in those types of moments. But
yeah,
if you have reason to interrupt him, there is. But he has settled down for his trancing.
I think I would ask Stonehearer first. Just make my way again, real casual, real cash, moving about this space, not being suspicious at all. Sit down next to Stone here, and then quietly ask, "Are you able to detect magic?"
I'm sleeping. Detect magic, yes. No.
Okay. I mean, I don't have it ready today either. Just seeing my options. I'll check with 6. I would then spend a little bit of time next to Stone here and then make my way over to 6 and just ask that same question.
You don't get a response right away.
If you don't have it prepared, then it doesn't.
Oh, I didn't even know if it was on the Druid spell list. That's what I was
Oh, it is, but if you don't have it prepared, that's fine. That's really what she's asking.
Oh, nothing. Sorry. No, if I hadn't conjured so many animals, I could dispel magic, but I cannot detect it right now.
That's quite all right. You did a fine job today. You deserve your rest.
Only there was somebody who could actually detect magic.
Oh, Felicity's got magic. I forgot that Felicity has. I always forget who's with us. Make my way to Felicity as well.
This is the magic party.
Yeah, she would probably find Felicity because Felicity went to go find the little one who just runs in front of horrible, terrible, scary things.
Oh, Pabu.
Pabu, yeah.
Pabu is looking. Is there kobolds in here or no?
Yeah, there's 6 of them in here.
He's like lightly playing his drums, in hoping to get the attention of the kobolds or interest of the kobolds.
Oh yeah, they're all interested in you. They're all like sitting around on different furniture and like slowly moving closer to you, listening to your drum.
I assume Felicity's with me then, and when Liliana comes over, but I'm kind of trying to win over the kobolds.
To a performance.
Okay.
Pabu's gonna be the Pied Piper of kobolds.
Now we get
17.
an undead Zerk.
Oh yeah, they
Get
like,
undead Zerk.
you can tell they're all incredibly interested in you. You can see the one that's missing part of its face, and you see the skull underneath it, and the another one that's you can see as the muscles move as it's moving, because they're exposed. The rest of them don't seem to have these injuries, but yeah, they're all like coming slowly, one by one, coming and sitting down in front of you, crisscross, just watching you.
Is Veline in here too? Yeah.
Veline at this point has made her way to the main room and is sitting in one of the large chairs, looking at a book.
Hmm.
I think
Which
that,
this is also in the main room, but off to the side a little bit.
I think that Felicity would have sought Pabu out to kind of like that grandmotherly, like, you did a good job, but don't do it again. But seeing his performance, she's just kind of standing in the doorway, smiling and leaning on her cane, thinking that that's a conversation for another time. He's still young. Let him do his thing. And she's just watching now.
I think then Liliana would come up behind Felicity, tap her gently on the shoulder, and ask, "Do you have detect magic today?"
I do. Anywhere in particular? She just says, kind of like nonchalantly, still watching.
I mean, there's a lovely library. I don't know if you've seen that yet. There's many books that I didn't understand if you want to at least take a look at it.
And you said Veline is not in here.
Oh, you are in the same room as Veline. Like, the majority of this is in one main room that's very
Okay.
large.
The response to you would have been, I would have said that louder, like, "Oh, there's a very cool library if you want to go look at it."
Oh, I do quite like a good book. I was just reading up Detect Magic. It actually does. It just has to be visible. Okay. Please show me where this library is. I haven't had a good book in years.
Yeah, it's on. There's a giant book. I didn't explain this super well, but there's a giant bookshelf in this room that has all these books in it. So
Oh,
yeah.
Okay, I get it.
Yeah, it's mostly
Yeah,
it's mostly this one main room.
I'm gonna ritually cast Detect Magic.
All right, so
I'm
you
gonna leave the tent first.
Okay.
I want to go check on Six's friend 3 and see if there's not any more fixing I can do before the morning.
I need to do my evening prayers as well, so I'll join you and we can make sure that we aren't separated by any lingering goblins.
It should only be just a few minutes.
Well, don't be too long. We should go over what we're gonna do at the care, or do you just plan to storm it? Be sure to keep your mind closed. Avarice can look into it. As she's just like starts jotting down in this book that she has open.
And as she turns, facing away and toward the door to Sister Liliana, a lot of spirit that one has, but we should keep an eye on him so he doesn't get into too much trouble. And she kind of turns her head back to Pabu. Before she leaves. And then when she's outside of the tent, she'll actually walk to 3, but instead of casting Mending, she's gonna cast Detect Magic.
Right. You begin to ritually cast Detect Magic. Liliana, are you doing anything, or are we just causing a Gaius to be out there as well?
I would go through my evening prayers as well as she was casting that.
I'm questioning the kobolds. What do you all do here? That wasn't even words. What do you do here?
They kind of look at each other, and then they look to Veline, and then back to each other, and you'll hear Veline from her chair back. They don't talk much, by the way.
Do they
They are my helpers.
Do they only speak kobold? Draconic?
No, they only speak when they're told to.
Oh. Pabu just kind of makes a face and kind of sinks in and just keeps playing his bongos. Yikes.
Yikes. All right, you cast your Detect Magic. And what would you like to do now?
I think as we're out there, Liliana would just say as well, I just want to see if there's any surprises Veline might have, good, bad, or otherwise.
I understand. Just because the enemy of our enemy right now is our friend doesn't mean we shouldn't be ready for a betrayal.
They are still our enemy.
Is why I said right now.
No, and that in the sense of enemy of my enemy, still my enemy.
Just a means to an end.
Yes.
All right.
And I'll head around to see if I detect any magic. And I do also actually want to look at those books now that I...
Even entering the tent, you can tell there's conjuration magic all over the place from the spell that creates this building. And then from the tomes themselves, I don't know how to describe it. I don't know that they innately have it, but you do see like spell books. Otherwise, the rest of them don't seem to have magical properties to them.
Okay.
Otherwise, there is a lot of necromancy magic on, especially a lot of the body parts.
Okay. Magic coming from the kobolds?
Let me double check on that.
And
I
what
believe
about
maybe...
on Valine's person?
Veline has an enchantment magic coming from her rings. And then let me double check something here, because I believe you might see some magic from a couple of kobolds. I'm reading the wrong person.
But none of the books are magical. Conjuration in general, because aren't we in a magical mansion?
Yes.
Yeah.
I believe you see necromancy magic from 2 of the kobolds. I believe that would linger. Yeah, there's like a lingering presence of necromancy magic from 2 of the kobolds.
Can I roll something to see how much Felicity knows about magical mansions?
Yeah. Roll an Arcana check.
26.
26. It's a spell that can be used to create, like, it's a...
So Felicity would know what I would know.
Yeah.
Okay. So, if those books were created in here, they can't leave here.
If they were, yes.
Yes, if they were.
Veline,
Yes, little one.
how does one close their mind?
Well, without doing it magically, you just have to be aware of not letting your thoughts wander. Most of it comes down to the individual, just how strong-willed you are.
Is there any way to know if this person is intruding?
Well, have you ever met this person before?
No.
Then you're probably pretty safe from them. The spell that they use grows stronger the more connection you have with the person.
Okay.
Yes, I worry more about the individuals that have met with her. But if she is to look into your minds, she'll know who you're staying with, which may compromise you.
Is Liliana inside for this conversation, or is this happening when we were outside?
I think this is while Felicity is walking around looking for books or
Okay.
whatever, so...
I knock a book off of the shelf, just with my tail, as I walk past.
Please do be careful with those. Some of them are very old. Are you interested in something, or...?
I was hoping to find a light read for the night, but it looks like mostly spell books, and I know a lot of wizards like to keep those close to the chest, so I didn't want to overstep your hospitality.
Yes, I would ask you didn't. Lots of spell books and historical books.
Do you have any books on the place you want us to take you?
I do, but we best save those for... I think we'll find out once we get there.
Right.
I don't know too much about it myself. I didn't get too deep into the caves, but... Anyway.
What
I
made you
lived
turn
in a
around?
cave.
Very dangerous. I need an experienced adventuring party that you claim to be to help me. Would be easier with my orb, but that's gone. It's gone now. So
It sounds very important to you. I'm sorry to hear that it is gone.
yes, stolen. But
Maybe we could help you
That's
find
no
it.
good.
if you can find Nisa, is that how you say her name? Damn it, no, Nas. Sorry. Stolen by another member of the Arcane Brotherhood. Can't trust any of them.
What was this orb to you?
It holds information that would be useful once entering those caves.
Oh. Where's Nas?
Your guess is as good as mine. Nobody's heard from her in quite a while.
Oh, okay. I thought it was a he.
Well, you can never assume.
You don't have the same capabilities as Avarice to view people across space?
I do, but I haven't been able to find her with those spells.
He's good at blocking her mind.
Yes. It's easier to block out when you know what's happening.
There are other ways to not be able to reach her.
There are.
If it is a concern, I'm the only one of this group who has personally met Avarice. Would it be better if I spent less time in this abode of yours so that she is not aware of what we are doing?
Probably safer for you if you'd like to go sleep with one of the goblins or somewhere. You could stay in one of the rooms by yourself.
I don't know that she can while you're in here.
That is also a possibility that I might have had an oversight on.
I'm
Let's
just
take a
gonna
check.
double check. Because I believe a magical mansion is on a different plane of existence.
It is extra dimensional, so I'm gonna rule that she can't see you while you're in here.
Cool.
So as long as you're in here, you're safe.
That is good to know.
So, plans. How do you plan on taking down the great Avarice?
Well, we have my initial thoughts, at least, was Avarice, as Six has mentioned, has an interest in him personally. The easiest may be to simply say that we have come bearing him as a gift, lure her out, ambush her, and then take her out before she can do too much damage. Of course, and that, also motioning over to the inactive Six, if Six agrees to that plan. Otherwise, I have other options we can explore.
Lure her out, as in...
She's currently staying in a castle with a bunch of tieflings and other...
You expect her to leave that when she controls all of these tiefling?
Or we go inside. Can you disguise yourself? Make yourself invisible?
According to my stat block, no.
I'm
Then-
sorry, stat block.
Don't forget,
Then-
Liliana knows about the secret tunnel, but doesn't know where it is.
No. Well, if you don't think we'll be successful in luring her out, then we don't have a common goal anymore.
You.
So you are of no use to me then. Is that what you're trying to imply?
Sounds like more you're no use to us. We're a capable adventuring party.
Then I suggest you leave.
Oh, well, I mean, if you want to be hasty, I mean, I've got old bones and an old brain, but...
Well, I can offer you help inside of the castle. I wouldn't be able to enter with you, but I could give you things to help you. If you're still willing to work together, but it seems as though you didn't want to. Hence why I was offering the exit. I won't keep you here if you don't want to work together.
If you... Cobwebs. If I am allowed to sleep, and I get a nice little cat nap, if you would like to go inside the castle, I could make you invisible.
Let me see what she knows
That's
about
why it took me so long. I
Avarice.
had to see if I could prepare it.
No worries. I'm just going to check to see what she knows about Avarice. That is a possibility. Do you plan on just having an all-out war with her in the castle?
War may be a overestimation, but if we can eliminate her, that is both of our goals, is it not?
It's a bullet point in my goal, yes.
Same for us.
Well, if you can make that happen.
I'm sure she will want to meet with us again, if nothing else, for seeing Six, looking at Six, or I don't know. May want to just capture us and torture us. I don't know exactly what her plans are. But I don't doubt that we won't be able to get an audience with her.
And the kobolds, to be able to get them in.
Probably.
Do you have how many kobolds are there?
6.
Do you have 2 trench coats?
No. I can't make any trench coats. It might be because the DM said he wouldn't do that in this game. The more of them in there, the stronger I'll be.
Do you get your power from them?
You could say that.
When I had detect magic oh, I do have identify, but I'm not gonna touch a kobold for 11 minutes to cast identify. I don't know if detect magic is like broad or if it'll show me like where on their body it might have been, like if it was like their whole body, like their whole essence.
It just kind of emanates from their whole body, but again, it's lingering as if it was cast quite a while ago. So it's like, think of like fume vapors, like very faint coming
So
off.
it's like
of the kobold.
it's on a like a half-life.
Kind of, yeah. It's got some kind of necromancy that happened to it, and it's the two that like the one that's you can see its skull, and the other where you can see their muscles.
Okay.
Avarice has seen us travel with kobolds in the past. Perhaps we've just picked up some more along our travels.
Very fair. All right. Well, this sounds like a plan. I'm excited to see what you can do.
I'm excited to see what you can provide for us.
All right, well, time for rest. And anybody that wants a bed can have one.
I want to have one more conversation with Liliana after Veline is like away, asleep.
At least not earshot.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can have a private conversation.
Well, what I was able to gather is she has 2 friends with the necromantic magic, and then a couple of enchantments on her fingers. The books were just spell books and history books.
The 2 are probably animated by her.
If I can convince her to let me cast invisibility on her, I can drop it at any time. How long does invisibility last? I don't even know.
An hour.
Yep,
Oh, okay.
Regular invisibility is an hour. Liliana will just nod and say, "We should rest up. We have a long couple of days ahead of us."
We do. We do indeed. I'm gonna find that bed of feathers that I was promised.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna take a couple. And as I'm falling asleep, Felicity is going to start like weaving some of the feathers, with some of the more, with some of the fur, from the.
Oliphant.
Yes. So that she can make her ring of spell restoring to be ready in the morning.
All right. And to close out this group, as you are sleeping, I believe our good friend Felicity wanted to open her mind.
She did. She wanted to open her mind
Do a
because she's so
wisdom.
great at it.
Use a wisdom saving throw for me, please.
Let's go. A 13. That's
13.
better than anything I've rolled.
So you've gotten blurry visions of these in the past, but they seem to come clearer into vision. So these mountains that you had seen before, as it starts to become clearer, you can see that there's like further back there's some kind of fortress built into the mountain, as well as this large, what appears to be a metal door on the side of the mountain as well, away from the fort itself, almost just built into the mountain face. And this vision of the boat that had been seen starts to become clearer as well. And you can see it's like a smaller boat that is at a dock and frozen in place.
And this is different than the.
It's not. Yeah, it's not the Dark Duchess.
Okay, but it's different than the Angelique.
Yes, it's not a boat on the back of a whale either.
And you said it's frozen in place.
Yes. So that party also levels up. The party in the cave. Where are you guys planning on staying in East Haven?
Wait, we're staying in East Haven? I thought we were staying at either the Care or...
Oh yeah, you were staying in the cave. That's right. You guys decided to stay in the cave. Never mind. Never mind. You're good. All right. So, I believe the party in East Haven was going to try and scoot their way to the Care as fast as they could. Correct? You wanted to get there first and interact with Avarice before the other party got there.
Yes.
Is there anything you guys want to do specifically in the morning? Otherwise, we can get you to the Care without too many issues.
Can you remind me, the player, how long of a trip is it for the Goblin party to make it to Care Dinaval?
for the Goblin Party to make it to Caer Dineval, because you are, as the crow flies, like 40 miles away.
Ooh.
So it'll take you about 2 days to get there.
Okay, that's good to know.
All right. Anything for the cave party? I'm calling the cave party even though you're not in the cave anymore.
Cave.
Yeah. In the night, Night Hunter would have taken some things like out of her tackle, like fishing line, and those lures that have like the feathery ends, and she would pluck those off of her lures to fashion a very crude doll-like thing with like short hair, and she wants to very carefully leave that with Orlin at some point in the night while everybody is sleeping.
Yeah. And in the morning, Orlin, you'd wake to the stone.
Even before that,
Ooh.
I do want to like sit down with Zavros off to the side somewhere before we sleep, and wanted to talk. You're what I would consider one of my only friends.
I'm glad to hear that. You did save me from a blizzard, so...
Yes. I did not expect us to cross paths with Veline. And, I think it's best that, you understand what she's capable of and what I once did. See, when I was young, my tribe abandoned me. I couldn't keep up with them. I was too weak. As I froze to death, as I felt as I was freezing to death, Veline came and scooped me up and fixed me. Let's say. She was like a mother, not a good one. Lots of chores and doing deeds for her. As I grew older, she would send me out to East Haven to fetch bodies from the cemeteries and go on grocery runs, whatever she needed.
You know, the grocery runs, it's kind of normal.
Yeah.
The first thing you said, that's, yeah, it's not much normal.
Yes, of course.
In future conversation, probably lead with that one.
That makes sense. So, I grew rather fond of the town and the people there. I'd never experienced a community like that. And that's where I met that boy, Ivan. He took a liking to me. Not sure why. But, one day, when I returned, Veline was ready to enact her plan. She planned to sick a horde of zombies on the town.
Oh, that's pretty heavy.
I rushed to warn them. Unfortunately, in this chaos, I did not realize Ivan had followed me, and somewhere between East Haven and the cave, the zombies had found him. So, that's what Veline is capable of.
Let me put my hand on his shoulder. Sounds like you really cared for this boy, Ivan.
I did.
I know what it's like to lose someone you like. Kind of feels like it's your fault, don't it?
It is. I was the one supplying Veline with the bodies.
Well, what happened, and it's sad. I guess the only thing we can do is try to move on from it and do better. And if you want to kill your mother, I'll help you. Joke.
I don't know. I haven't seen her since. I have no idea how I feel.
Well, feel angry, that can be useful.
Well,
If you need someone to talk to, though, I'm always here, friend.
just watch your back around her.
Will do, old man. Well, I guess I can't call you that anymore. There's an older person here now. As I kind of look out across the cave and see this old man just sleeping.
And he is snoring. He is already conked out once again.
Typical Shadow Mind.
I think it'll all work out.
Let's hope.
Master Zavros and Master Orland, does something bother you?
Jesus.
He's shambling over towards you.
Thought you were gonna pop in with a Zerk.
By all the courts in the Fae, I really wish you wouldn't call me that.
No, we're fine.
Oh, Shinas, come sit down with us if you don't mind.
You'll have to help me up.
I'll go help her up.
Well, once I sit down.
Oh.
She gets to sit down,
Oh,
you just hear the of all her bones condensing as she sits down.
So, I had a question. Who's all sleeping right now?
Shadow Mind definitely is.
I mean, I would assume, are we taking watches in this cave?
Yeah, I guess that's probably a good idea, just to be safe.
Shinar requires no sleep. She is the watch guard.
I mean, that works too. If we're having Shinar keeping watch, then if this is a couple hours after the fight, then Axel is probably asleep as well.
Shinar, so you heard mine and I'm sorry, Bumble, but I cannot remember your characters. your first character's name for some reason.
Heinlein?
Yes, Heinlein. Jeez, I've been trying to remember his name all fucking episode. I'm
Ouch!
like, what is his name? I remember every conversation we ever had, but I cannot remember his name.
It's in the chat right now.
It's in the chat right now. You said you
Oh.
lost someone important. I said, yeah, Heinlein. What are you doing?
My bad. I'm not looking at the chat that often. Oh, he died just a few weeks ago. I can't remember his name. You overheard mine and Heinlein's conversation about Evermeet.
Yes.
And you asked a particular question about it being repopulated?
Yes, you said you were from there.
What all do you know about Evermeet?
Evermeet was abandoned around the time I was alive.
Interesting. Do you know how it became abandoned?
The elves there were attacked, and they moved planes to get away from it. It was no longer safe for them there.
Yes, that's true. But yeah, to answer your question, no, there's no one there.
So you lied to Master Heinlein about being from there.
Technically, I was from there.
Technically. So you're part of the elves that moved.
I'm a descendant, yes.
So you're from the Fae.
Yes. And I must say this place is quite different than what I thought it would be.
I would assume so. That's very, very interesting news to hear that they're doing well there, I assume.
Oh, yes. Besides, fairies being assholes and trolls attacking every now and then.
Of course. You must tell me all about it. I've only heard things.
Yeah, but if you're ever there, don't follow any sprites. No, don't follow them.
Or they can be quite tricky, yes.
Oh, yes, they're quite tricky. They lead you to places and then abandon you.
I have a question, real quick. Am I still here?
You're
or did
still
you
there.
leave?
You're
Okay.
still there.
Am I here?
'Cause I'm like, Zavros is being really open right now.
Yeah, no, Orland's here.
Yeah, you're there.
So how is it you come to be here then? If you're
Oh, well, that sprite I told you about. Yeah, so I was, patrolling the woods trying to be a protector of the village and decided to follow this thing. And next thing you know, I'm standing on an isle in the middle of the sea. And there's nothing there.
was a rather malicious sprite you followed then.
Probably. I've actually seen it once when I died.
Oh. Well, maybe it had a reason for you to follow it?
Yeah, maybe. My sister didn't really give me much details.
So, you're a descendant of her people?
Kind of, I guess.
way.
We're both elves.
Yeah, we came from the elves from Evermeet as well, but we left them.
It's
long
a
before.
large tree branch. It's a large tree branch.
We're both elves. I guess we have a common ancestor.
Yeah, my people left Evermeet long before it was abandoned to start colonizing on Faerun.
And Zavros, your people left Evermeet to go to the Fae.
That's kind of a no-choice situation from what I've been told. I don't really know all the details on it. Just, it got pretty dicey, so they said nope. Yeah, that's the whole reason I'm here. You're the only one who knows that, by the way.
Sorry you got stuck here.
And a drunk man that I met in East Haven once.
Was it me?
Oh no, we were going to. You were leading me to kill some wolf or something, and We got, yeah, anyway. Saw Sauced Man there.
Okay.
Yeah. But, to relate to your story, my sister's dead because of me, so I know what it's like to feel the blame for someone you cared about dying.
How did it happen?
A troll. I went playing out in the woods as a kid and wandered off a little too far, and luckily my sister liked to keep tabs on me, and I found the troll found me, she found the troll, and yeah.
Sounds like she loves you very much.
Yeah, now she's like with some... I'm gonna fuck this up. What are they called?
An Eladrin and a
An
Wood Elf.
Eladrin. I was like, don't say Drider.
Or Dryad.
Or a Dryad. Don't fuck that up. Yeah, she's with a hunting party in that weird place I was telling you about that I went to, and I decided to take a long nap during the middle of a fight.
Can I do any sort of check to see if I know what this place he went to is?
Yeah, do a religion.
Describe to me this place again, Zavros.
It's a forest. Had a bunch of wolf
no, that
people
is...
with tentacles off their back. Or wolf animal things. I don't know what they are.
No, you're not sure.
Never heard of it. Doesn't ring any bells.
Supposedly, they help protect the souls that are passing through. And that's what I meant a while back when I said not to worry about Heinlein. She said she would make sure he was taken care of. Got to where he needed to be.
Heinlein was quite strange the way his body vanished on us.
I'm not exactly sure why that happened, I'm going to be honest. It could be related, but I have no idea why because, I mean, few people have died and their bodies were still there.
Sometimes I wonder if maybe we ate him.
I don't think so.
Something seems off about that cauldron thing we ran into.
You didn't take any parts from him and hide the body, did you?
Oh no, we accidentally put him in the cauldron with some water.
And some jerky.
Just a weird thought. Yeah. I'm sure that didn't happen. Right?
I'm going to put money down that we did not eat him.
I hope not.
But I mean, it's been 2 weeks. If we were going to feel any indigestion, we would have already felt it, I'd imagine. Now, as far as our eternal souls, we're probably screwed.
That was true anyways. Alright, I'm going to take a nap. You and, Shana, take it easy.
Alright, I'll go find me a little cubby. Fall asleep. I guess I'll help Shannara up. I'm not just going to leave her sitting there.
You help her up, and she kind of moves towards the front of the cave to stare forward with her one unblinking eye, because she has no eyelid to blink with. And that's where we will go to break. So yeah, we got some more plans laid out, and in the second half we will enact those plans. So stay tuned for that. And die. So we'll see you guys in a couple of minutes. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Icewind Dale, Rime the Frostmaiden here on Swindler's Den. We just ended off the first half with a rest, and we come back to the morning where I believe Sister Liliana wants to send a sending spell.
Yes. So Sister Liliana wakes up, and first thing in the morning, she would send to Orlin. We won't be to the care for 2 days, Veline doesn't plan on entering with us, but has kobolds to help us inside. Your plan?
Can you repeat that one more time?
I threw it in our Discord chat.
Okay.
Because I wanted to make sure how many words I was using.
Is that your
Perfect.
reply? Can you repeat?
You help inside your plan.
Orlin thinks so long, the spell fades.
Oh no.
Sounds like we're not getting anything out of this deal.
That was 10.
Does she sound like she wants to kill me? Doesn't she?
That was 19.
She draws power from kobolds.
I got spell slots for days with Liliana because she's just traveling. So I will send back. She seems indifferent to you. We can still end our deal with her if that's easier.
No. I would like to find out what she knows about this glacier. If you need to, kill her kobolds.
Okay. I don't think Liliana would respond then after that.
All right. With that, we'll do a little bit of a time skip. It takes you the better part of a day for the cave group to get to Caer Dineval, but once there, you do see the imposing Caer on the cliffside. As you enter this desolate town, there's nobody outside still, as Orlin and Zavros will remember from their first entrance into Caer Dineval. It's just the wind sweeping through empty streets as you approach the Caer.
Would you like me to knock?
Where? The castle.
Yes, yes.
No, let's wait for the other group to get here. Let's turn back around and go hide somewhere.
Well, if it's going to take 2 days, we don't go back to East Haven and just get absolutely shit-faced for the next, 36 hours?
I second that. You hear from like 30 feet away.
Oh, so you think we should probably stay in the same place we did last time, or do you think there might be little invisible Durgar there?
We could stay there. Probably will be the first place she would look, but if we have to kill some Durgar, that's not a bad thing either. It's the only place we really have in town.
So, wait. I may be a little confused both in and out of character. Are we not actually going to talk to Avarice?
I thought we were waiting until...
Yeah, I thought we were
That's
waiting.
gonna be a few days.
It's going to be...
I think if she's keeping tabs on you, she's gonna know you're just a hop and a skip away. Might seem more suspicious.
I see any birds flying around?
Make a perception check.
Of course, the first roll that I made tonight is a nat 1.
You don't.
I'm gonna delete this character and remake him and see if the algorithm helps me more.
You're gonna get worse.
-6. How the fuck?
So, I will just bring up. You don't have to do this, but I think because there's a confusion between the players themselves and the party members, I think the original plan was that you were going to interact with her first and then go deal with the Duergar, and then the other group would come in and deal with her. But if that plan changed, that's totally fine.
My thought was that we were just gonna, before we did anything, the parties were gonna regroup here.
Okay.
That was my
what
thought. That's what I thought we were doing.
Oh, okay. I don't think that. I think at a minimum we have to talk to Avarice.
That's fine. We can do that. Yeah, at the very, we can at least talk to her, but it would kind of defeat the point of if we go in and attack her right now.
It just sounded like
the whole plan.
Sorry. Because what it sounded like was like you didn't want to be in the same place as Veline. So I thought we were gonna talk to them, go deal with the Duergar, and then party swap, bring in Veline, and then trick Veline and Avarice into attacking each other while we took on the Duergar.
Yeah, but
if you would rather regroup and then have the party come meet us when that was going on, while that was happening. If you'd rather us meet them in town, I think at a minimum we should at least see what Avarice wants, because otherwise
we can do that.
We're just gonna be sitting around and she's gonna know.
Yeah, we can talk to her. As long as our plan isn't, we're going in there to kill her right now, unless we see the opportunity. Sure.
I mean, I don't think we should kill her right now.
If the opportunity arises.
I mean,
so is this one of those things where we want to be sneaky, or is this one of these things where we're just going to be, hey, what's up? We're just in town, decided to see what the fuck it is that you were wanting with us.
Didn't she summon us? Him?
Yes.
You?
Kind of.
I like the quotes.
Do you want me to just go in there and let you guys in?
She's expecting us, is she not?
She's expecting.
Let's go in and have a word with her. Nobody nobody speak about you-know-who.
I hear nobody think, and suddenly, this dull look comes over my face. I start drooling.
Nobody talk about you-know-who in her presence, and, just normal business meeting.
I was totally going to make a Voldemort joke and then realize
So was I.
V. They both start with the letter V.
Oh, damn it. I was hoping it was going to be a low roll. Never mind.
If we get the feeling we should leave, somebody sees something, say, I will go check on the chocobos, or something like that. That'll be the key phrase. The
axe speaks you guys don't have?
Axe speaks. Oh,
you guys don't have
any
the
axe speaks? Okay.
No,
the other party has them.
Maybe.
That's okay. She doesn't know. Avarice doesn't know, right?
Yeah, I think she's been watching us, so...
Say, perhaps ask where we can buy a axe speak.
Okay. I think if we need to have code words to get out of here, if we're in that situation, I think most of us will know that things have gone badly.
I mean, if you just say, let's go ice fishing.
I feel like that's more random.
Okay.
We'll do it this way. You already can't see her, but if you don't see me anywhere, that means I have left and abandoned everyone. So you should all leave.
Why don't we just say, well, it's time to leave? Very concise, very
really gets to the point,
straightforward.
doesn't it? Yes, yes. Such wise words.
All right. As you begin to approach the large doors to the care, they begin to swing open without any prompting.
You see me go to knock, Dee? Oh.
Seems she knows we're here.
I knock on the door anyway.
There are guards waiting on the other side for you, and they motion for you to follow them into the care itself. As you follow, you are surrounded by other guards and led into this large banquet room that Orlin and Zavros had seen before. This large table, and you see this again, this tiefling, red tiefling, who's bald on the top, is wearing these blue robes. He's got a little bit of a belly to him. He's like, oh, yes, of course you're here. I will retrieve Avarice at once. Please be seated. We'll bring food for all of you.
Do you have any mead?
Yes, we do. Maybe. I will ask if we do. Yes.
Who all is in this room after he leaves?
There are still 6 guards in the room, and they're all posted at like a pillar, within the room.
I'm assuming there's light in here.
Yes.
Could I have... How long does it last? 10 minutes? Could I have cast Detect Magic before we came in?
Yeah.
Okay.
As these guards are posting up and walking with us, can I just like size them up to see how tough they seem?
Yeah, do a insight or perception, I guess.
If it's, I mean, they're both the same. I have advantage on insight, but that's okay.
Is anything lighting up in this room?
The torches
Or
are
since
all magical flame.
I got a 7. So
You can't tell. They seem competent.
okay.
Yeah. But yeah, you guys all sit down. Unfortunately, mead is not brought out to you, Zavros, but wine is brought out to everybody.
Oh, this
and
is
before,
new.
and before too long, a albino tiefling carrying her staff that has ice crystals at the top of it and seems to be made out of a long icicle.
Magical?
Yes, it is magical. Yeah, magical enchantment. I'm going to say, not knowing it necessarily. But yeah, she comes out. So you finally made your way here. I believe I said now when I sent the message, but better late than never, I assume.
We needed a rest. We fought some beast.
Half dead. Yeah, we were well, except for the old man over there. He got plenty of sleep.
Well, we can't have you half dead for what's coming forced you now.
Is there anything magic on her?
On her, no. You also see she doesn't have her raven with her currently.
And what would that be?
The Durga are ready to unleash whatever it is they have planned for the 10 towns. This is a success coming from them. And it seems we have 2 days until it's about to be unleashed, so...
Avarice, I do have a quick question if you don't mind.
Yes.
Why does everyone fucking hate the 10 towns?
It's not that we hate them. It's that they want to conquer them.
Fair enough.
So have you gone?
I do not think we have been introduced. I am Axel. Pleasure to meet you.
I'm Avarice, member of the Arcane Brotherhood. Yes, it seems you have some new friends and are short a few. In fact, where are they?
Well,
I thought they were somewhere else.
Our old new friend.
I thought they were at some kind of fort last I checked in on them.
Yes, we're trying to gather allies to fight Ariel.
Interesting. Do they plan on joining you anytime soon, or?
We were going to meet back in East Haven, but... do you wish their presence here?
They might be helpful, but we are also short on time, so unless they plan to be here in less than 2 days, it'll take you about 2 days to get to where you're going. So,
Where would that be?
deep into the spine of the world, where the Dwarga have built their fortress.
Kind of look toward the Goliaths. Who?
I'm surprised none of the tribes up there noticed anything.
Yes, it's not exactly where I don't know exactly where the Goliaths are, but I have a general idea of where they tend to stay, and it seems to be a little further south than you tend to make home.
What are they? What is their plan? You speak like you know what is happening, but you just say that there are Duergar coming. Is it an army?
I don't know exactly what the plan is, but they've been collecting Jardlin, and they have been creating something, some kind of device or construct. I don't know exactly, but we
I'm
know that
sorry.
they have the. Well, yes, go ahead.
What is Jardlin?
Jardlin? You haven't filled them in, Orlin.
Only known each other for just over a week now. Shardolin is, it's like a demonic,
Shard. Oh, I got you. Jardlin. Okay,
ice.
sorry.
Yes.
Been hit with a club a little too many times.
Black ice that has the power to hold powerful magics, especially demonic ones.
It'll also run you off the road when you drive over it.
Yes.
So, do you plan on joining us on this, adventure?
No, so why would I join you if I have you? I need to stay here as a care, continue my work.
What do you do? Do you fish?
No. No,
Have you ever tried it? It's very relaxing.
I'll take your word for it.
What do you say? We didn't go up there. We didn't stop it. What would you do then?
We'll seal them when they arrive, I suppose.
All right. Just seeing what your commitment was to holding up in this castle rather than going in there with your honor and taking things out your own self. But all right.
That's not where my honor lies, unfortunately for you.
But it is where some of your skills could be. From what I understand, you are a powerful wizard.
Yes, it could, but alas, if it comes to 10 Town's destruction, I will find somewhere else to stay.
So
I would
you
prefer
plan-
to be here, but if I have to, I will figure something else out. I figured you all would like to know, because you seem to have more stake in this, but if you don't, who am I to judge? As I am just as quickly to abandon the 10 Towns as you seem to be.
I mean, someone said it was dangerous. What were the terms used? Like words. I don't know them very well. But it was dangerous and nobody had seen these caverns. I am nothing but a Goliath to prove that I can get to the end and back out again.
Talking of these caves. You know, when you
There's always
first
an
opened your mouth, I wasn't quite sure if I needed to listen to the rest of your saying, but it got very interesting the more you talked. You know about these caves.
Well, they're Duergar, and if they live in the mountains, normally they are in caves. Are there different caves?
Oh, you're talking to the Duergar caves. Okay, well. Yes, of course. Yes, they're in the caves. Goliath, yes, you must...
What caves do you speak of?
Yes, that's 5 steps back in the conversation.
Not
Valres
important to you,
literally
really.
takes 5 steps back.
She's not the brightest, is she?
Well, listen, We want to rid the world of these Durgar, as much as you seem to. But I also want to put an end to whatever Veline is planning.
Veline, you've
Yes.
been in contact with her.
No, but you said that you were racing her and others towards something.
Yes.
I would like to know what that something is.
Well, I would also like to know more about that something, but it turns out when I tried to find out more about that something, you destroyed my familiar and then my gargoyles.
Yes.
As a matter of a few days ago,
There was
I
a
want.
miscommunication on our part.
Oh, yes. As a matter of a few days ago, I was going to have your heads on a pike outside of the care, but I decided to be helpful and give you this information.
Yes, well,
Oh, what is it exactly you're trying to pry for here?
apologies on behalf of our new furry friend who's not here. She sees birds and she gets a little excited, and we figured the gargoyles were going to attack us after that display, so we fired first. Nothing a great wizard of your stature can't replace, I'm sure.
It's not that I can't replace them, it's that I have to. When I thought we had a deal going on here, but...
Well, we're here, aren't we? Oh, what I wish is to learn what we're all racing towards. If Veline wants it, it can't be good, and I'd rather her not have it.
I'll tell you what. I'll give you the information on the Durgar. What you do with that is up to you, but I think we need to go back to our original deal. I will give you more information if you bring me that shiny man you found.
Shit.
And what do you want with him?
Oh, you know, just take him apart, see how he works, see what information he has. The more information I can get from him, the more I'll know what I'm getting into finding this place, this thing.
So it's a place.
Yes.
What would taking apart a metal man tell you about a place you're trying to get to?
Well, it's not as much taking him apart I learned about the place. That will be the interrogation. Is that the nice word for it? Yes. The interrogation that would happen beforehand, get as much information as I could, and then when I exhausted that, I can take him apart, see how he works, see if we can get any information how to replicate that for the Arcane Brotherhood.
Let me save you a step. Seems whatever memory you might have is gone. When he awoke, he was a blank slate.
So he's only good for his parts then.
Essentially.
Well, that seems to be easy to hand over for you then, huh?
Well, when we say good for his parts, he is a capable fighter. So,
Even more important to learn how he works so we can replicate that and make more greater fighters. Yes, it's very intriguing, all of it. I mean, again, that deal's on the table for you. If you don't accept it, I won't kill you now because, again, it'd be nice if you got rid of the Durgar or whatever they're planning, foil it. All up to you, really.
Where is this happening? Where would you be sending us?
And if you have a map,
What?
you would have maps.
Yeah,
I was gonna say,
yeah.
I
Right
think
here.
Valdes would have a map.
Yes.
Being a hunter would have at least a crude kind of map.
Yeah, it'd work better with like Zavros or Orlin or Axel's map even because it's more of a laid out thing. But she will roll it out on the table, and if you look to the southern part of your map, you will see a new dot appear on your map. The little blue triangle right here.
I told you, I feel like I'm in Skyrim. All these points of interest popping up.
You can go to the south. Either you can head south of East Haven to get there, or if you want to travel down to Goodmead or Dugan's Hole, up to you. Just depends on how soon you want to leave civilization before traveling.
Well, in Goodmead. Is that where you really like your honey mead from?
Yes. No. Yes. No. Where
Yes.
does? Yes.
Yes.
Dugan's Hole's the other place. You know, the crazy
Yes.
people.
Yeah. We don't talk about Dugan's Hole.
We
think
don't
I don't
it's-
talk about anyone's hole.
It looks
We
like
don't
if
talk-
we're
We don't
headed,
talk about Bruno.
if we went through Goodmead, we'd have to go through this Dugan's Hole.
No. Nobody goes through Dugan's Hole. Besides,
So let's go through
Dugan's
East Haven then.
close family.
Is the red water that lake pretty frozen over? Could we just like?
The red water's partially frozen, not all the way, no.
Well, I have confidence in Zavros. If we want to just go straight from East Haven there, once we get through the mountains.
That's
I
the
should be
first
able
time
to-
I've ever heard that.
Wait,
Do
what?
people
Did I-
aren't you skilled in?
Didn't I say?
Is that your
did I
thing?
say something wrong?
Oh yes, I'm quite skilled. Yes. I'm staring at fucking Orlin the entire time.
You're a tracker and monster hunter, aren't you? That's what we heard when we met up.
We can make our own travel plans on our own time because it seems like Avarice here will not be joining us. So it is our business what we wish to do further on.
Yeah.
What is at this location? Is it a fortress? Is it a mustering ground? Is it a hole?
Seems to be a fortress from what we gathered, yes. If you need any supplies, we can offer that to you. Yes, I will not be joining you. Well, I won't be joining you in person. I'll be watching, don't worry.
Can you become a ghost?
No,
Where's your raven, anyways?
it's outside. It's watched you come in.
Right.
I don't know what
Did I
took you so
see a
long
raven?
talking outside.
Did I see a
You
raven
did not
outside?
know. It rolled really good on its stealth.
Hmm.
Sounds like a big job. You mind if... Is there anywhere we could stay in town while... I suppose, actually, we should probably have our friends meet us on the way.
Yes, I suggest if you want to do this in a timely matter, you leave now.
Yeah, 2 days is not a lot of time to get there and handle this. It does sound pretty important that we get there.
I agree.
Then, do you have mounts that we may use so that we could get there quicker?
We can get some out for you, yes.
Wonderful.
I appreciate it.
Anything
The-
else?
You got a bottle of that wine you served us?
Yes. Strange request, but we can get you one of those.
What would you give for trade for the Metal Man?
Your lives. Again, this is a temporary alliance. I'm still very mad at you.
Hmm. So you plan to throw us into harm's way to defeat your rival, Durgar. Use us as your servants and we get nothing out of it.
Don't think of it like that. Think of it as a nice lady gave you the information she didn't need to give you to help protect your home. And in return, she just wants a little shiny man that knows nothing, and then she won't kill you. Does that sound better, or do I need to flower it up a little bit more?
Look, I've spent a few years now evading a powerful wizard such as yourself. I do
Yes,
not
yes.
rather fear you.
Oh, yes, Veline. Oh, she is such a powerful wizard. That's a good one, Ireland. Ireland, I got very Irish for a second.
And the facade cracks.
She was Irish
Hit
the
her
whole
with
time.
the right keywords.
You're a liar.
If Veline was half the wizard I was, she wouldn't be in the position she is now.
Which is what?
On the run. But of course, you helped her with that, didn't you?
I did.
Wait, what?
I think that's the wrong ranger that said that line.
Alright, well, seems we have some Durgar to kill.
Yes, you'll find the axe beaks are out front ready for you.
And oh,
Stocked up with food for them.
can I see Raven so I don't shoot it? Birds are
Just
easy
don't
prey
shoot
when-
birds. How about that one?
I mean, birds are easy for hunting in these times for a
We'll
party
give
this
you
size.
plenty of rations that you won't need to. You don't have time for hunting.
She really does not want us to attack any birds.
Look,
It's
worst
just
comes to
easier.
worst. We just eat the axe beaks.
There you go.
Don't eat Choco. Oh, wait, the axe beaks they're giving us. That's right.
Yes, these axe beaks are named 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Convenient.
Easier when they die, then you just get another one. No name to think of. Anyway,
Looking around this room, is it just
Can I-
Avarice, or are the guards still in here, and how
the
many?
guards are still in here, yes.
I want to make an insight check.
Kadroth is the tiefling, the balding tiefling that you met last time you were here. He seems to be presenting himself much more lowly than he was the last time you were here. He seemed to be a lot more full of himself when Avarice wasn't around. Insight check on what?
Avarice.
What are you looking for
Only a
specifically?
13. When she says the thing about giving names, is she thinking about her gargoyles that Valorous just found out got killed?
No, it just seems that she
Okay.
doesn't care about the X-Beats.
Alright.
They're just livestock.
Well, I meant, like, had she, like, when she was saying, like, that's why they're 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, because once you give them names, they have
Hmm.
meanings.
No, she doesn't seem to
Okay.
have any kind of sympathy going on.
Okay.
Alright.
Alright, are we just going to sit here and eat knucklehead trout until the Durgar unleash whatever it is, or...
Nope.
Ah, very good. So the door is over there, then. You were brought a bottle of wine as you exit.
I'm going to
Uh,
turn to say, this was a very delightfully gruesome talk about your outlook on life. We will return.
Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't mean for us to be delightful. I'll try better next time.
I got that impression.
What? As we
Alright.
leave, Night Hunter's gonna put her hand on Zavros' shoulder. You should have more confidence in your abilities. They are quite good.
I look at Orlin and I'm just going,
I just hear Orlin like give a slight laugh to himself.
Your friends, they don't believe?
oh, Ask Axel how it went the last time we were together.
Axel! Axel! What
Yes?
happened last time we were with Zavros?
He led us to a Yeti that we then killed.
That sounds like a win to me.
Exactly.
Yes, some details are being left out on that, but anyway, let's tally ho.
Tally ho, indeed. Alright, so
The
Do you guys
fact
plan
that everyone almost died during that encounter.
That wasn't his fault, though.
What are your plans from here? You guys are ushered outside of the care with your axe beaks. You hear a raven kind of not cawing, but it's like a, I can't describe it. It's kind of like a chortle. I don't know. It's kind of like making noises to itself from on top of the walls of the care. What would you
Yeah.
like to do from here?
There's our friend.
So,
So we should get the move on, move out of the city as quick as possible, and then we can discuss on the road
yes,
what our plans may be.
Of course.
I agree with that.
Yeah, I would like to reconnect with Liliana briefly.
Can talk about our plans when we're not right next to the castle with the spooky lady in it.
Doesn't matter either way, because she's going to be listening, likely.
But we don't have to be right here when we're having that conversation.
Well, the farther away we are, the harder it will be to come back.
I gotta say, sleeping in that cave really I think it fixed my back.
You did look very comfortable.
Yes.
Uh,
He next thing you know, he's like on the axe beak. Not like he didn't like go to get on, he's just on it already. Ready to like head out. Ah, I feel so lively.
Axel's
I'm
going
gonna
to
be riding this axe beak, and it's just gonna look like nobody is on it.
Axel's going to lean in close to Orlin and whisper in his ear and say, if you wanted to do something, we should have done it when we were within 10 feet of her.
Yes, that's why I wanted to come up with a code word.
How far away have we gotten? Like, Night Hunter's gotten on her axe beak. Have we started moving away from the castle yet?
It's up to you all.
I know you guys wanted to sit around and do some more things here in town, but we really should. This does seem pretty important.
Zavros, how about you play one of your songs as we travel? Nice and loud.
Does Shadow Mind does Shadow Mind use a quarterstaff?
I think he's got one. Like he's got like a hiking stick that he can use as one, but he doesn't use one unless he needs to.
Zav. Oh, sorry.
Shadow Mind, can I just use your stick so people can like see that I'm on here?
Why would they need to see that you're on there?
Just go with it. Just for 5 seconds.
Would it not also become invisible when you take it? How does that work?
You know,
I don't know. Yeah, the
the bird's as loud
she
as the
grabs
bird's gonna
it.
be. The bird doesn't have her skills in training.
Do I see the bird? I should probably roll perception.
Yeah, roll perception.
Just perception. Yes, this is Valrez. A 31.
Yeah, the bird isn't even trying to hide at this point. Like, it's almost mocking you how visible it is to all of you. Just cawing and flying over the top of you.
How close is it?
It's about 15 feet in the air. Kill it again.
No, I wasn't going to. So when she catches Shadow Mind's quarterstaff, I would assume it goes invisible.
Yes, I believe that's how invisibility works. If you're carrying anything, it goes invisible.
It's like, well, this is important to her, and I'll throw it back to him. She can't really say much. It's code. The bird is too close.
I start playing Through the Fire and Flames as loud as I can on my lute.
Awesome.
The only magic she had on her was what Shadowmind has. As she threw back the staff. Trying to get across that her staff was the only magical item she had.
Did you perhaps have another question you wanted to ask Avarice before we left Orlin?
No, I just hate that we're stuck working for her and she won't give anything in return, like information on what everyone's chasing, and I figured she would, with Veline being a rival in this endeavor, she'd be more willing to work with someone who wanted to see an end to that rivalry.
Weird. If everyone else is with them, can't they pry? Can you get them to try and pry out some info?
What do you mean?
That is a possibility, yes.
I was gonna say if they're with Veline and Veline knows what she's racing for. What?
You said her name. No. Bird.
Oh,
No,
yeah.
no.
That's fine.
I'm playing my lute really loudly. Does the bird hear their conversation?
That's why I had Zavros play the lute.
Do a performance check.
No, fuck.
I don't have guidance. I'm sorry.
Here we go. Be a good roll.
No!
Dirty 20.
Good, pretty good.
You're playing pretty loud.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
During this time, though... Oh, sorry. I didn't realize.
I was gonna say, I mean, if you're looking to find out information, I think you have a source. The rest of the group might have a source they can follow up on. You don't have to, like, you can at least try and get them to do something with that. So it's not just, And if nothing else, after we do this, maybe we can find another way to get information from her.
Right. I'm going to send a message to Liliana. Just let her know our new plan. She's expecting us here, so...
How far into the day are these messages going out? This current one.
This current one would be later in the evening.
Okay. Felicity would have told Liliana about her vision the night before. At this point.
Okay.
Not at the
Okey-dokey.
first message, but by this one she would have.
Okay.
So mountains, fortress, metal door, small frozen boat.
Okie dokie. I mean, Liliana she doesn't know what to do with that. It's good to know. I'll keep that in mind if we see any frozen doors as we're traveling.
Liliana gets a message as I stand next to Zavros. Spoke with Avarice. Derek are planning attack in 2 days. Spine of the world. Should your plan stay the same?
I hate sending spells. I hate this. Should we assist with the Duragar? I don't want to take on Avarice with just us. prefer better odds for the aftermath. Oh, and then, because I think I still had words.
You had 3 left.
Oh. Should we meet?
You pooping? Sorry.
It's worth sending another message. You said it's like afternoon right now?
Yeah, late afternoon.
Okay.
It's gonna take us like a
Yeah.
day to get there.
I'll send another
Oh,
message to Liliana. Would your new friend be willing to change plans? That's it. Suppose you would have to ask.
No, and that's... I will discuss it with them and reply and get back to you. I still have the spell slot.
Cool.
So I would, to the Goblin Fort group, where I don't know where we are in the map right now.
If you probably would have left, I assume you would have left by now.
Yeah.
And if you're just taking a straight route, you're probably where the Ward 10 Towns is currently.
Okay, so we could definitely meet up with them in the time frame, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, because if we still
It would
have...
just be getting the information on where to go exactly, because they don't have a map to show you.
We'll figure it out. I would look to the rest of the party then and say, there's... we may have a slight change of plans if we're amenable to it. There's some trouble in the spine of the world that could use some attention.
Sorry, young Pabu. Go ahead.
Perhaps we could send fellow Goliaths there to back them up.
I mean, I am happy to travel there, and I'll straight up just look at Veline. I don't know where she's traveling in amongst all of this. We have some other business to attend to before we meet up with Avarice. You're welcome to continue on. Or I'll send you a message when we are heading back in her direction.
Yes, I'll go to the 10 Towns and get some things planned up for when we meet with her. Get some things prepared.
We'll be in contact then.
All right.
The spine is not far off. DM question.
Yes.
What kind of tools would I need to travel this kind of terrain? Like, I know, like, navigator's tools are more for, like, oceanic and water. Would it be like cartographer's tools?
Like, to be able to navigate where you're going?
Yeah. Because I can create in an hour whatever tools I want.
I don't know that anything necessarily would help, because I think cartographer tools will just be for, like, creating maps.
Okay.
And you don't necessarily know the spine of the world by heart.
Okay.
So, I don't think anything would really help you with that.
Okay.
So, I'm just trying to figure out timing wise, because the cave group has a much shorter travel time than us.
Yes.
But they also like need to go around this mountain. Like, do they need to go like over through here and then like down this way? Yeah. Okay.
Sorry, that's me marking because I see what you're
Yeah.
saying. Like this is the easiest
So
terrain.
you could, if you just if I know how to do things, you can go this way, like through
Okay.
these two mountains instead of going all the way around that one.
Gotcha.
And
Just
you
go.
also have a ranger whose favorite terrain is mountains.
Yeah, you can also just straight go over the mountain. It might be a little bit harder, but you could do it that way too.
And this also could happen off mic as well to see if there's a place that we could meet up. But Liliana will use her last sending for the day and say, Veline will rest in the 10 towns. We can reconvene with her as necessary. Where's best for us to meet?
How much time do I have in between sending? Like, would I be able to talk to the group real quick or no?
Let me double check that. Because
Usually.
usually I think it's pretty close to receiving the first half.
You also could have been asking as Liliana was having her conversation, since she had already asked if you should meet up.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And it does say immediately. So.
Okay, so saying before that message, I guess we can just do this out of character real quick. Do we just want to meet them at the place? That makes the most sense, right? Because timing-wise,
I mean, we have a marker on our.
yeah, I think I could direct them pretty well in 25 words.
I was gonna say, because otherwise we could just meet in Dugan's Hole. Just because it's faster for them to get to Dugan's Hole than it would be like East Haven.
Okay.
Because then I think from there we would be able to get. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, it's about the same distance, I guess. I just didn't know if we wanted to go straight to the place and then they go straight to the place.
I mean, I
think
guess
Go ahead.
they could follow this forested path. It
Yeah,
might be simpler.
this is the message I was gonna say. Follow the Red Run east. Follow the Red Run east. To the mountain south of Red Waters. Locations between two peaks. To kind of get them here-ish or potentially here. That would be the only other problem.
We'd also have to find a way to meet up without it being conspicuous for the doer.
The Dugan's Hole is probably the best bet.
Yeah.
Cool.
We're gonna go meet some weird people.
Or where we could. I mean, it is probably the worst option. We could meet at the base of Red Waters, like right here, where it turns into the Red Run. Because then we're out of town, and then we're like closer, I guess. And they'd have to like find us out there. But then again, we wouldn't be able to be warm during that time.
Be able to be what? Sorry. Warm.
We'd be
Yeah, we
out in the
can.
elements.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
We can. Yes, we can. Well, Felicity's group can.
Well, that's not who I'm worried about. I'm worried about the people because we would get there first. This Orla's group would get there first, and they'd be standing there out in the cold, waiting.
Mhm. Okay.
So I think Dugan's Hole might actually be the closest like meetup place if they wanted to.
Gotcha.
swoop in.
All right.
Does anybody have a way to like mark a path? Like any breadcrumbs to Hansel and Gretel this shit to the witch?
In the windy tundra, I doubt it. It sounds like the least likely thing we can do.
Meet at Dugan's Hole.
Yeah, because the druid is with the other group.
Yeah, both druids are.
You know what?
The other group has a significantly
don't-
better way. Like I think.
I don't know who this person is, but I heard if you mark the wall, you know where you've been. Where not to go. It's a very unintelligent way to talk about an intelligent person.
Okay, I mean, Liliana doesn't have any sendings left, so just getting meet in Dugan's Hole, and then she would relay that to the rest of the group as well.
Okay.
All right.
Bumbleskum is satisfied with this.
We can like quickly run this mechanically just to get like you guys in the same spot if you want to do that now. I don't know how much more time we have with people being here or wanting to go.
I have like 20 more minutes until I really need to go.
Okay, I could. Let's do that then. Get in Dugan's Hole, easy enough for both of you. You both have maps. So you're able to meet up there. Is there any plans you want to go over? This would be the next day, so it's about just before afternoon the next day.
So we kind of see. I mean, obviously, because I don't think we planned on meeting up with the other group this quick, so I figured we might have started. 6 would have liked to have tried activating 3 at some point.
Yes, we can do that. I forgot about 3 until you just said something. Yes, you have 3 with dragging.
Well, I'd like to see, like, you know, for each day, trying to do some.
Yeah, let's do that.
Now, can you cast guidance and enhanceability? Are they both concentration?
No.
I don't think guidance is.
Guidance is not a concentration.
Guidance is concentration.
Is it?
Guidance is concentration.
Oh, there you go. Then you can't.
But I can cast enhanceability, and I would do that.
And then I can cast guidance.
And then I can inspire you with song.
Yeah, the inspiration's actually the thing that's going to be the best. No, I would enhance ability myself, because that's what he was doing. He was meditating on it.
Might change what happens then. So
6
you
the builder.
aren't there yet,
You
or unless you
can
wanted to
do
do this in town.
No, I would be. That's the next morning is when he would have.
Okay, cool. Yeah, let's run that then.
Went for it.
Do your Arcana check.
Okay. How much is the its inspiration?
It's a D.
8.
I add an 8?
Right,
Yeah.
at this point.
D8.
Okay.
Advantage, D8, and a D4.
Yeah.
I'm just singing Bob the Builder on my drum.
Okay.
I don't know.
Okay. This is gonna be rough.
Let's do it.
He's sitting there. They've cut down 3. He's standing there. He's like holding the tablet just like next to him, and he's like holding the tablet up to 3, and he's just trying so hard, concentrating on this. That didn't. Something went wonky.
You Whisper rolled it to me.
Yeah, I know, but something went. I don't know if that's. Oh, okay. Yeah, he didn't like day 1. It doesn't seem like he did it.
Yeah, no, you don't quite get it. It seems like the amulet starts growing brighter, as if you almost have it, and then it just fades to nothing.
Would 6 think to try again in the evening? Because you would still have.
No,
another...
I think if at that point we're traveling. I think if 3's loaded up, he's loaded up.
Okay.
And then we'll just and he would just do it in Dugan's Hole.
So you would then arrive in Dugan's Hole. The groups meet. One group has a giant construct on a sled made out of oliphant tusks. You guys have seen the mummy already, so nothing new there. Except they do have axe beaks now. So talk to yourselves as yourself.
Hey, Maroke, would you want to trade axe beaks real quick? Oh yeah, dude, this thing's fucking stupid.
Oh, well, I
Switching the layouts really fast.
I did do a little bit of detect magic on one of our friends, and would seem she has some enchantments and only 2 little friends on a bit of a half-life.
Does Liliana see the raven? Is it not trying to make itself hidden anymore? Still.
Do a perception check. You don't see it like straight up.
But will it, in fact, be
Oh,
straight
that was
up?
whispered. 22.
22. You do see it sitting on a post, watching over as you and I assume you guys are like, oh wait, you guys are in Dugan's Hole. This is a whole new place. We shouldn't be running over this as quickly as we are. I'm sorry. I
don't know anything about Dugan's Hole.
Yeah, let's talk about Dugan's Hole.
Except for it's a bunch of incest.
Yes.
Oh.
Actually, I know a little bit about Dugan's Hole, but
I
Felicity,
thought you were totally about to go somewhere else with that.
Felicity does know about Dugan's Hole. Because she's from Goodmead.
Yeah. I mean, you all generally know about Dugan's Hole, because it's... Or not all of you. The people who are native know about Dugan's Hole, generally.
Something about this place activates my memories.
So... Well, I forgot that that's how that works. Stupid thing.
Why is that man kissing his sister?
They do that all the time, dear. It's just...
to front. No, to back. I need this on the back. I don't know why this stupid thing does this. It puts all the markers in the back of everything instead of having it at the front.
Strange.
Yeah. So there's I guess there isn't. Is there not a tavern in this stupid town? I didn't prepare Dugan's Hole, believe it or not.
Oh, come on. You know, they have to be getting drunk before they do, that stuff.
No, they just gotta do it, I think.
I know
yeah, it's
Felicity
not
was originally from Goodmead.
Yeah, it's a pretty small town. There isn't very much for businesses. Again, another fishing town. The town is a small cluster of dwellings perched on the ridge of red waters. It's too small to support any industry, not even Scrimshaw. So yeah, there is no tavern here. They just kind of get their anything that they get come in shipments, but they don't get them very often. So
I would assume we met at like the dock then. But yes, for viewers, this town is known for incest. So
yeah, that's the jokes we've been making all session.
Yeah.
And it's canon. We didn't just start doing that for fun.
Yeah.
This is the perfect place to put Gith.
It's kind of fucked up that it is the most southern town, though.
Blame wizards, not me.
Oh.
What kind of vessels are available in Dugan's Hole?
There are 2 very small boats frozen in place on the lake. You see that the majority of the fishing being done are people walking out and breaking a hole in the ice and then fishing out of it.
Are these frozen small boats from Felicity's vision?
They seem much smaller than the one you saw in your vision.
Okay. So the boat I saw in my vision is a little bigger.
Yes.
Okay.
Is it like a sloop? Like a one-sailed?
It's a little bit bigger. It looks like it can carry a lot of people to transport them.
I was just wondering if there was like
Is it a
one with
brigantine?
like
It's like a ferry.
Is it a
ferry.
galleon? Just keep going.
just like where there's
A
an inside
yacht.
portion where we can like sit and be moderately comfortable.
No.
No.
There's the
Avarice-
town hall, but that doesn't really have like a sitting place.
Just kind of to Liliana and her group. Avarice chose not to join us, but her bird is here. Just kind of making note.
Liliana's
Confused.
going to very point blank just look at Orlin. Do we care if her bird is here?
No, just, you know.
How
She's just very lazy.
I mean, if we don't care, how cryptic would we like to be? As I see Davros going like this.
No, I'm playing my lute.
Good. Oh, good. He's playing his lute again. Okay, speak freely.
I. Do we wish to remain on good terms?
Say again, you're quiet.
Sorry.
Zavros. I mean, keep playing loudly, but just take a step away.
Do we wish to remain on good terms with her?
No, but we want to surprise her, right?
Okay.
You don't,
Yeah, I'll leave the bird.
Oh, you wanted to...
Good.
I've been being
So-
ridiculed for that for some time, so...
So your friend, friend has a couple of shiny things on her fingers. Two little friends.
Right now, any of our other friends are a bit of a moot point because we're heading to a Duragar invasion. Do you have any more information on that?
They plan to attack in 2 days. Did she mention a weapon of some sort? Is that what she said?
They're building some sort of they're building something out of Shardlin, so maybe some construct or weapon or something.
Sounded fairly pressing.
I think Six would at some point try to off a ways from everyone. Try to take 3 and try and do it again, if possible.
Pabu will
Alright.
go with you and inspire you. Because Pabu doesn't have to speak in this conversation.
All right, you can roll with inspiration then.
Where is this place located? This Durga?
In the mountains just south of here.
I'm gonna look at the mountains south.
Don't you have any?
Oh wait, I forgot I have advantage.
Well,
Yeah.
How long do you have advantage for?
Well, it depends. I would cast again. I would cast.
Oh, you have
I
advantage.
would cast the next. I have enhanced abilities. Yeah. So if
Okay.
someone also did guidance on me, then yeah, I could. That's
Well,
what I was
you got
thinking.
inspiration.
Yeah.
We will resolve that in just a second.
Yeah.
You'd get it without the guidance because your D8 was a 5. So
Oh, okay.
Would looking to the south, now that she knows the, I guess, ish mountains that they're going to, do they look like the mountains from her vision?
On a map?
No, like she's gonna look in the direction of where they're about to head. I know it's far out and it's...
Yeah, you wouldn't be able to see them from here.
Okay.
Too much
To be able to tell.
snow.
Yeah, too much distance, too.
I did have a little bit of a vision.
Well, you can kind of see them, but they don't look this... It's hard to tell. From here.
Yeah. A bit of a vision about a metal door. I told Liliana about this. A metal door. In the mountains. And then there was... She starts kind of like tracing in the air with her fingers, like she's trying to remember. Because usually she draws on her wall, but she wasn't going to do that where she was. And a boat. The boat was frozen. Maybe there's a
Yes.
boat behind the metal door in the mountains.
We've been to the boat. There's a dragon there. We don't want to go back.
No, it was a different boat. It wasn't the Dark Duchess, and it wasn't the boat by the bell. It was a different boat. Boats are a very big theme here, and I don't know why I keep dreaming about them.
Perhaps something's trying to tell you should take up fishing or a new hobby.
My other character is a fisher.
When they mentioned that they're making a Chardolin weapon of some sort or something to that degree, because we've rested since my last flurry of sendings, correct?
Yeah, yes.
And we'll be resting again before we get anywhere close to the mountains.
That's up to you.
Well, it's worth it for one of these because she may be. I'm gonna walk over closer to the bird, to the raven, and like not within like hitting distance, but just like closer to it and make eye contact with it. And I'm going to send a sending to Avarice.
All right.
And I'm going to ask her. What can we do to disrupt Chardolin weapons that they may have?
Not much you can do. Just don't touch them.
She'll just salute to the bird.
As you speak to the bird, 6, you bring this amulet close to your construct, buddy. You bring it like closer to his chest because you know that's where yours is placed. But again, this one doesn't open. As you bring it close and you touch it, the light begins to spread from the amulet through these like not engravings necessarily, but they seem like the seams of this construct, and they begin to light up until they reach where the eyes are at the top of it, and it runs across them, and you begin to the construct was laying down, but it seems to almost settle once again, as if it's not like immobile, but like the joints move, and you hear come from its mouth the checking systems 3 activated, and that's where we will end the session. So, sorry about that rush at the end, guys. I was like, oh, we got there. So thank you so much for joining us for the session. Again, be sure to follow all of our players on their various social medias that they shouted out at the top of the session, as well as all of the social medias for at Swindler's Den. You can find them at Swindler's Den. And check out our merch. It's linked below the stream here in the bio stuff, in the About Me stuff. And watch our other shows. Otherwise, we'll see you guys next time. We love you, Patreon.
Yeah. You guys are so pretty. You guys are so pretty. Oh. Bye.